morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. God bless you. Here again is your friend, Pastor Yemi Omogboyega. It's time for us to discuss another important matter we shall never cease to discuss until our lives gets better. And I pray you will get blessed as we go on. That reminds me, do not be alone in this journey to salvation. Number two, to good success in life. Share our videos with others. Subscribe to our um, channel so that we can have more people benefiting and we can progress to the level where we can now do call-in shows so that we can interact one on one. We have 590 or something more people to go. So we still have a long way to go. I want to accomplish it as fast as possible. Please help me by subscribing, sharing our videos. Another thing you will do also to boost our subscribers base is to do what is called like, press the like button. Then YouTube ourselves will take it over also to be marketing this our liberation program to the entire world. So you can see how important sharing, subscribing, liking, they all tilt towards making the message to reach out to more people so that we can now reach out to the entire world interacting. Do you know what? Very soon I want to start on WhatsApp group, I want to start what we call the master class, whereby you know we can interact one on one. But YouTube will be the base for storing the whole thing. So that is why it is important. I urge you, please subscribe. Get others to subscribe. Do you belong to groups? Yes, those are formidable areas where people can get involved in subscribing to this channel. As many groups as you belong to, share these messages to them. You will find that they too will share to others and share to others. You see, the world is a global village now. Everything has to be within the world outreach. Outreach. That is my focus. Let us do it together. Together we do it. Let us better the lot of the other people. Let's not be selfish. God bless you. Um, Press the notification button also so that you get to know when we upload new videos so that you profit the more. I'm going to be talking on the topic which says, if you desire it, you will get it. If you desire it, you will get it. It's the same thing like saying, where there is a will, there shall be a way. Where there is a will, there shall be a way. And I give you practical examples. Bible says, as a man thinketh, so he is. Which means if you think, conjecture anything in your mind or in your heart, in your being, that you want that thing to happen to you, it will happen to you. You want to get that thing, you will get there. Yeah, you want to travel to space, you will get there if you just think of it. Thinking here means desire. If you desire it, you will get it. There is nothing you get that you don't desire. Some things may come your way as if they just come. No, somewhere along the line, you've had a thought of it. That's why when they come to you, recognize and grab them. I'll give you, let's start. Parents who desire that their children will do well in life. What did I use? Desire. Parents who desire that their children will do well in life. That's why I give kudos to my mother in her resting place now. She desired that I would do well in life, and she identified what will make me to do well in life: education. Now, she took 2 steps. She took me to God because she knew that everything good comes from God. Every desire is granted by God. Nothing is gifted unto a man except it be given from above. She took me to God. Number 2, she started singing to my ear hearing, or drumming to my hearing, that I am not educated in the Western sense, but I want my children to be educated. That was my mother's vision. And today it has become a reality. I am a byproduct of my mother's desire in terms of education and doing well in life. I'm not a failure. I give glory to God. I am a byproduct of my mother's desire. She wanted her children to do well in life. And she discovered that the path of education will help to expose or to take her children to the next level. And today, it has happened. Now, as a person, I say as a very young person, I looked around me. I found that, yes, my mother desired well. She took me to God, and thank God we are doing all that. I asked myself, what can I do to actualize my mother's dreams in my life? And I observed the obstacle that could prevent me from achieving those dreams. It's a coordinated effort. God inspired my mother to be able to say that, and God inspired her to take the steps, and God also inspired me to be able to key into it. You see, it's a continuum. That's why parents are important in the lives of their children, and children also are important in the lives of their parents. We get to talk about that later. So after looking around me, then I saw poverty, financial poverty, that's just the thing, as an obstacle. And I saw um, hatred, hatred as another obstacle. These 2 obstacles I resolved, determined, desired to solve. God has given my mother that desire. I have keyed into it, but I also have keyed into my mother's strategy for attaining it, that is, at least putting education first. But in my own case, I elaborated by saying, okay, yes, I desire to be educated just as my mother wanted me to be. But then, if you don't look at the side effect or the other side of the drug prescribed for you, you don't look at the label and read the side effects of the drugs given to you, you might end up destroying your health instead of healing your health. Because a lot of people, when you give them some drugs, a doctor prescribed a prescription to me sometimes, and it was just about, he gave me only 4 doses. And after finishing it, I said, this thing worked too. So let me go and buy so that I can continue to take. That's why self-medication is very, very dangerous. But on the second thought, I bought it, and inside a pack, you have about 20 pieces, and it's supposed to be one per day. When I was having this chronic arthritis, and when I was about 60 years old, that was the very beginning of my major uh, take or taste of what old age syndrome is, arthritis in particular. So I bought it. Then, before taking it, that's why education is good, I went ahead and read the side effects. Anytime you are given a drug, Google that drug. Once it has a name, Google it, get the details of that drug. It will tell you the do's and don'ts, and it will tell you the limitation to which you can take it. Whereas I'm not supposed to take for more than those 4 that were given to me. But I went to buy. I should have been taking it thinking that because it seems to have worked for me without considering the possible side effects. I would have been wrong. By the time I read it, indeed, they gave me 4 tablets because it was a chronic case of arthritis that needed immediate intervention. But it must not be for too long with that drug. Otherwise, it can damage my entire system overnight. So immediately I read the side effects, I saw the dangers. Nobody taught me. I put it aside. Till today, I just threw that thing away. That's how dangerous it could be when you don't look at the other side of something. So when I identified the challenges, the 2 major challenges, or can I say 3 now? Let me add 1 to it. 1, the first major challenges that could prevent my mother's vision as well as my own vision from being realized are financial poverty. If I want to go to school and there's no money, how will I do it? I must provide a solution to it before even proceeding. Number 2, if I'm living in an environment where hatred prevails, in my 2 homes, they are all polygamous homes, all right? And you know what happens in polygamous homes? Hatred prevails mostly. But to God be the glory, since I identify hatred as a major issue, and I said I must tackle that. So I must live in love with everybody that I met in the 2 homes. And number 3, I must never be lazy. Laziness is one thing, again, that truncates destiny. So if you want to succeed, you must fight poverty, financial poverty. You must fight hatredness. You must fight indolence, which is laziness or slothfulness. God hates the slothful. He says, look at him. He'll be turning around on the bed like a door that is on its post, opening and closing, but without moving forward. That will not be your portion. That will not be my portion. So I took the bull. Can I say the bull now? The bulls, the three of them, by the horn. I resolved in my life that I will work hard to be able to fight financial poverty. And I did. I said I will work hard to love people generally, apart from even from my home. And I will not subscribe to the evils that are going on in polygamous homes where nobody sees what is good about another. So I chose to love. Then laziness. I resolved that no matter what it is in my life, whatever I laid my hands upon, I start it must be accomplished. Education is one of them. I desired to have education, and it doesn't matter when it is finally accomplished. Ordinarily, by normal standard, it should be just like age from 20 to 25. One should have been a graduate of a university. But in my case, it was 47 years before I became a professional in my chosen profession. Does it matter? At least 47, before 50, I had attained that goal. I desired to attain them, and I looked at things that can make me to fall. I jettisoned them. I jettisoned them and faced my future, faced my desire. So in terms of education, it worked for me. In terms of career, the same thing. By the special grace of God, I desired to excel in more than one profession. Today, I started and completed the secretarial profession. Started as a clerk typist, ended up as a personal assistant to the executive director of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. That was about 1980, 81 or something, 1980, 79, 80 anyway. I got to the peak of that career. Then I desired to be a human resource expert. I trained for it, just as I did for secretarial studies. I trained for it. I became a certified chartered human resources manager expert with the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria. There I went to defend my thesis. Indeed, Professor Banjoko of UNILAG was the one that superintended, that supervised that defense session. And the then head of the IPM was the one that said, where are you people? It's you people like you we wanted. Why are you not surfacing? Make sure you join the executive of the CIPM. That's how successful it was. Then I also desired to be a lawyer. That was my long-term dream from when I was young, and I did not fail to get it. I graduated from the Lagos State University in year 2001, and the following year I graduated from the Nigerian Law School. I desired all this. Then I desired also to become a chartered administrator. I also trained for a Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, London, the short term course. I did it. One of my classmates is the chairman of Pentagon Real Estate, Aja Lekki. Today, we met in that class, and I also got certified. I desired it. I trained for it, and I got it. That is still on the secular side. I desired in my spiritual endeavor to become a pastor, an evangelist, a preacher. I want to tell you, I trained for everything. I joined there's no point in my life where I was not in the Church of God. Once in CAC, once in Anglican, born into Anglican home, once in the CAC, and then from CAC to other churches. And so I was just with God, till I became a member of the Redeemed. And in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, one thing that I treasured there then was the fact that, they had training schemes, training sessions. I became a worker, attended workers in training, rigorous training. I became, later on, I joined the Bible College. I trained, fully certified, and fully paid for everything just to get there. I desired it, and I got it until I started growing until I became an area pastor. Forget about whatever my experiences were in RCCG. It does not damage my spiritual path at all, because today I give glory to God. I am relating with my God, because that is the ultimate thing, to develop personal. Your goal should be to develop personal relationship with God. If my goal was to become the provincial or zonal or whatever pastor in RCCG, I should have been. But what I look onto is relationship with God, not with church. Because later on, I discovered that, the church also is a body to watch, because many of them operate like an occult group, in the sense that, you are entrapped. You are taken completely. Everything about you is taken over completely. If care is not taken, you may end up badly. I didn't desire failure in the spiritual front. That's why today I give glory to God. I desire to be a preacher, a teacher, and everything relating to ministry. And today I am a preacher, a teacher. What am I doing to you now? What am I doing? Family devotional. A whole session developed, a whole program developed, dedicated to ministry. As much as possible, I do. Online, offline. Today, by the special grace of God, we established a physical church, and then we have an online church. relating with my God. So when you desire something, you will work to get there. I desire. And then, like Paul will say, leaving all distractions behind me. The three major distractions I would have had would have been um, financial poverty, laziness, hatredness. Those three things. If I didn't work, you see, when the money was not there, I bent down to do menial jobs. I started my major career as a laborer in the Specomill textile industries, Ikeja, in 1973 now to 76. Before I joined for the first time a career path, because as I was doing that, I was going to my typing lessons and so on, and then I've gotten some competency, and I was employed as a clerk typist for the first time. And that I did for 10 years, from the lowest ladder to the highest, the topmost ladder. There's nothing after personal secretary in that field, except you go to any other, you change over. And I was able to do that and change over to human resource management. And after that one, of course, my main professional career, which is um, legal profession. So I'm able to attain all those ones. Desire. So if you desire it, you will get it. Hey, if you desire it, you will train for it and you will get it. Desire, train, get the result. Desire, train for, and get that result. And in between, eschew bitterness, remove laziness, then bend down to work to generate the funds with which you will accomplish your goals. You will surely get it, God willing, because it is God that spares our lives and is the one that crowns our efforts with good success. If not, we can labor in vain. That will not be your portion. And hardly does God disappoint anybody who is desirous of doing something good. God did not disappoint me. I spent 11 years in the Lagos State University studying diploma in law before going to the degree, before going to the Nigerian Law School. And I went in, I saw, I conquered. I came back with victories. Anything you desire, let me tell you, the risks, 3 times I would have lost my life during that journey. 3 major times. 2 of them, I would have been a victim of armed robbery. One at the Governor Road, Ikotun, when I was coming from school. God saved me. One was at close to after Abule Lelubo, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Korokoro. For the first time, I saw armed robbers carrying guns, shooting at our bus, at our luxurious bus that conveyed us from Kano, from Abuja, 8 a.m. in the evening, night journey. We got to Ibadan and heading to Lagos. We encountered those people. I held my paper, my transfer paper like this. I said, "Will this letter not reach?" I wasn't even thinking of my life. I said, "Will this paper not get to the destination?" But God saved me. In the pursuit of my post-secretarial ambition those days, I was to get sunk at the lagoon, Marina Lagoon. I wrote it in my autobiography. These are experiences, life changing and life turning, and any of this one could have terminated my life abruptly. So there are risks involved. You will desire, you will train for. In the process of training for and something and so on, and generating the fund, you will face risks of death. But God knows how to keep his own people. Today, I give the testimony that I'm victorious. Then, in my, you know how I defined it? I said, if I was able to go to school, I will get good job, get a good jobs that from there I will generate money. If I trained myself, then that I will get a good job. And that good job will help me to be able to not only train my own children, but to provide for me to be able to, and I will retire happy there. And today, all those desires were met by the special God, grace of God Almighty, who is merciful. Desire is very strong. What is that desire? The desire is division, vision, a mental picture of where you want to be. That's what vision is. And then you begin to work towards it. Where you desire to be. All these things I'm giving to you, they are practical experiences. I said, I desired them and I got them. They are removing all the obstacles. I found solutions around problems. Nobody to train you. Oh, work with your hand and apply the money to the focus that you have. And it worked. In matter of the spirit, I don't want to be, the Bible says, too much knowledge put Paul in sorrow. In fact, makes him run mad. The more you know in this world, if care is not taken, you won't even know when you derail. That's why our GOs are derailing, and unfortunately, they didn't know. They put money first. They never knew when they veered from the path of the holiness and righteousness they say they are teaching, and to the path of exploiting and destroying destinies. They never knew. The desire for money took them there. The moment I was able to spot that, I now set my limit. I am not the type that is setting up a church for purpose of making money. I would rather do more of online activities than physical, because physical would tempt me to, when you gather people, yes, it's good. When you gather people so much, you will gather mad people, you will gather um, um, wicked people, you will gather so many things. But the few that may be around, yes, I would take care of that. But for me to desire to be building cathedral 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer, and then I want to do, no, 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 no. I don't desire that. I desire the souls of the people, winning the souls of the people. And this message, if you are passing it across to your people, you are evangelizing to them already, because their future will not be truncated. The vision they didn't have now, they will develop it. The desire they didn't have, they will begin to have it, and it will be positive one. They will have solutions to the problems that will face them along the way. They will know that not until they get to where they are going, they will not stop. And interestingly, everything I desire, God granted to me, just like the testimony of my mother. My mother said, everything I wanted, God did for me. And in addition, she said, God showed me my place in heaven before leaving here, this world, at the age of about year 92. If God can do that in the life of an illiterate in the Western education, she said she knew her mind. She didn't have the Western education, but she knew her mind. She knew her mind and she desired. And today, I am a byproduct of mercy of God and desire of my mommy. And she prayed a lot, part of it. And the prayers were answered. So if you desire, you will get to where you want to go in life. Let me give you just one more example. You desire to marry. Do you know that there are so many young people all over the place? They are graduates, they are everything. They didn't even desire to marry. They didn't desire to marry, even though they have job that can say, well, Nigerian environment is manageable. At least they can start life with their wives and then have very few number of children and then go ahead. But they don't even desire marriage. Some of them desire sexual satisfaction, luxury, opening skirts all over the place, impregnating and terminating pregnancies. They desire all those ones. And by the time they realize they are 40, they are 50, I'm telling you, if you don't, it's not compulsory because God designed everybody's life separately. But if you have focus, you will know when the right time is due for you to do the right thing. For instance, if you don't get married by 30, because everything in life, there's time apportioned to it, except those exceptions that God may delay or something may hold you back, and then, you know, that slows you down from that timing of life. Then you will now know your own appointed time of life. That's where your own appointed time. But generally, there's time for you to be born, time for you to grow, time for you to go to school, time for you to be serving your God, time for you to work, time for you to get to your career and to work, time for you to um, save and then gather wealth, time for you to finally to become parents, to marry, to become parents, time for you to rear children, time for you to retire, and time for you to get to a place where you continue to rest until the time for you to die comes is a reality. If you don't focus, and if you use the death denomination or retirement denomination to plan your life, you will know when is the right time for you to do what. If you don't marry at the age of 30, or you marry at the age of 30, for instance, and your child has to spend very brilliant children, your first child has to spend 20 years to 25 years or 22 years to graduate. Add that 22 to your age, you will be 52. Our first graduate in my own family, you know, our children, the first graduated when I was 51 years. The second one when I was 52 years. Another one when I was 55. Another one when I was 58. I haven't been married at the age of 29. So there is time apportioned to everything. You know what that means. So if you don't desire to marry in the first place, and it may be rather maybe you are 35, 40 before you marry, that program is shifting. You can, if I married at 29 and I'm still having children in school at the age of 58, how about you married at 35, 40, 50? So, food for thought. You've got to desire. If you want to desire to retire happy, what will that trigger off from your head? You will see the vision that you must save heavily for your retirement age. Nobody knows it all. We all know in part. Maybe if I knew more, I would have done more in this area. But God helped me still. God who takes care of or does not slumber, does not sleep. I'm not a beggar today, and God is meeting me at the point of all my needs. That's my testimony. Because I said I will work till retirement. I will be on pension. I'm on pension. And I said, I will train my children. By God's grace, we trained our children. And they are on their own today. I desired better opportunity. Don't mind Nigeria that is holding back anybody. I know that our children will get to the topmost places and they will never come down. They will surely be far better than us. That's my desire. That's my prayer. That's what I continue to pray for. And it shall come to pass even before we leave this world in Yahushua's name. So the desire, let it fire your ambition. It is the one that fire you what you become. And never, once you desire a thing, never look back. Never look back. All those achievements. And I desire to be a preacher and teacher and a book writer. I wrote many books. Indeed, I'm going to put them very soon. Those of you who are listening to me, you might be getting the opportunity of getting them later, maybe the oral version. I published many books. I published my autobiography. I published on marriage. I published on positive thinking. I published on empowerment. I did a lot. So I want to chronicle them now into oral stuffs, which forever will be there for generation upon generations to benefit from. So, what is your own desire? Desire, and you will get it. I'm your friend, Pastor Yemi Omogwega. Once again, I hope you have profited from this. Please share it extensively wide. Remember, I said, remember all those groups you belong to, send them there. You know, there are many people there. They will share it, they will read it, and those who will profit and they will subscribe to. Let us build this house together, a house that is liberating people from oppression, from mediocrity, from failure, from exploitation, from manipulation, especially the house that is now liberating you from the religious stronghold of the wicked that you thought they are your Lord, but who ended up truncating your destiny. Share, subscribe, like, and God bless you. Have a very wonderful day.